In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one, the only Cash Kraus. Cash,
Yes, sir. I'm doing pretty good. You know, for the circumstances, I guess.
Of course, yes.
What,
the world is on fire.
Yes.
Well, the West Coast is on fire.
Yeah, well, the world's on fire. I don't know if you've seen a world globe, but there's wildfires fucking everywhere. Unless you're like living in the Middle East.
Of course.
But they got a lot of shit on their plate already. So, but yeah, the entire world is burning down. That's why we are doing TV Tuesday.
We are.
On a TV Wednesday.
On a TV Wednesday. Yeah. This episode is fashionably coming out one day later.
Absolutely.
But you know what, guys? We drop 5 episodes a week. Every so often, we got to do a slight reschedule.
Yeah, I mean,
so you're getting 2 episodes today.
And it was good. I mean, for real, we're having like unprecedented.
We are.
Like it's never been. Yesterday they told us not to even go outside because the smoke was so bad.
Yeah, it's hazardous here.
But
super hazardous.
Yeah, we're getting all the smoke from like California, Oregon. It's all
just coming to this
And
place.
Vancouver, Washington was the worst it's like smoke area in the world yesterday.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
That's awful.
That is
not
insane.
fun. So,
we have fires everywhere. We have fires right next to us.
Yeah, we do. Literally right next to us.
But the entire sky is blacked out with smoke. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to go outside.
And to see some of the images, too. Did you see the and this is a really famous one, but the one with the red sky with the UPS truck?
Oh, yeah.
Which was just right over in Oregon.
Oh, it's Blade Runner 2020.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. The San Francisco pictures. Did you see the video where the guy did drone footage and snow filter or anything, but he layered on the Blade Runner music? So it's a drone going through the city, and it's fucking terrifying.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's perfect for it, yeah.
It's almost apocalyptic.
Almost? Yeah, I'd say it's damn pretty close. Say if the world was going to end, this is how it'd probably look. Just constant world fires going on. But
it'd look a little different than what we're going to be talking about today as far as apocalypse go. Umbrella.
Not too different.
Not too different.
Not too different.
No. Umbrella Academy Season 2. Episodes 6-10, Cash.
Yes.
We are wrapping this up.
Finishing it finally.
How fun was this?
I loved it.
As did I. I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked this season just as much as I liked the last season. Maybe more even.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I like where they took it.
Yeah, and you know one thing that I found with this show, especially in Season 2, is I ended up liking all the characters a lot more. And even the characters that we felt that we didn't necessarily think we got enough of in Season 1, we got more of in Season 2.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was a perfect mix because we got more of the characters that we really liked, like Klaus and them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we got a kind of an expansion with like with Diego, I thought.
Yeah.
Diego I liked in Season 1, but I thought he had a better arc in this one too.
Well, same with Allison too. Allison had a big arc in this.
Exactly. Allison had a better arc too, and that was a character that I didn't care for that much, but I ended up liking her arc and liking like her husband and everything like that. Yep. And it gets crazy in this part.
Yes,
she ends up telling him, how he left it. She was right about to tell Ray about everything.
Yeah.
And the first thing he does is says, "Prove it," of course.
Of course. Well, I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, in all fairness, yeah.
Although he did see it once. I mean, he did see the cop thing.
Yeah, he did.
But that'd be enough for me. But
yeah,
you got to see it.
You do.
So let's get it going. Let's start with episode 6, A Light Supper. Because remember the last episode 5, they all
got the invitation.
From Hargraves, their dad, to go and meet with them. So that's how it starts. And it also starts with 5 getting the deal from the handler, which is There is some repetition from the first season.
Yeah, there is. And this is just
few
the
times.
common MO of the handler.
Well, how many times
She'll
is
offer
she
you
going
a
to give him
and
a
then
deal?
she'll screw you on the side, you know.
Well, he screwed her last time. I mean, it's happened multiple times. How many times are they going to offer Five a deal and know that last time he blew up the entire place with grenades?
And there's always shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
Always.
But no, it's the commission's all about second chances.
Oh, of course.
And she is also wants to get to the top of the commission because the deal is Five's got to kill the commission.
Yep.
Because they have like a meeting in like some lodge or something for some reason.
Which is like
why not have it there?
Yeah, what was that? That weird like
It was just like
I'm trying to think
I don't know
what country that is.
I can't remember, but it was
I
like a
don't know.
country club
It's like
or
a
something
weird
like that.
Swedish place. They were doing like weird dances and stuff.
But yeah, so they're gonna meet up, but she tells him she's got to kill, or he's got to kill everyone.
Yep.
And she'll send his family back to 2019 to give him a briefcase. He says, of course, he says yes, because he's done it a million times. And yeah, he does. He does it in the next episode, but it's an awesome scene when he takes those guys out. Yeah. And he takes AJ out.
He does.
The little goldfish
he
man.
takes AJ out, but does not kill him.
No, she ends up killing him.
Yes, she does later on, and that's
like a cat.
Weird.
Very cat-esque.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the rest of the family, they go and they meet up with fucking Hargraves, and Allison shows Ray her powers. He takes it pretty good.
Well, and she pushes it a little far too, because she goes into the guy deserved it. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
But as far as like Ray's his character is like, don't do violence, don't. But she said to hell with that, and the guy's pouring her the coffee, and it's just burning the guy's hand. And
yeah, they go straight back to the
move.
diner that they all got arrested at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
The racist diner.
Right. Yeah. Super racist.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I almost forgot. That is a good scene. Yeah.
It is.
Burnt the shit out of that guy's hand.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Every
Don't
time
be
he's
don't
racist
be a
again,
dick.
he'll look
yeah,
down
he'll
at
look down and be
that
like,
30-degree
maybe I
burn.
shouldn't be an asshole.
Maybe I should
I
think
shouldn't be a
twice.
piece of shit.
Because some of these people got fucking superpowers, so I gotta watch out who I talk to. But yeah, so they do that, and Ray's kind of scared by this. Yeah. But it's immediately evident why she can't use her powers. She immediately goes to the darkest place every single time she uses it. It's very odd.
It is.
It's like it's a catch. It's a catch 2020.
I mean, like for me, like if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, "Hey, sweetheart, can you grab me something? Can you grab me a beer or something in the fridge?" She goes, "No," and I go, "I heard a rumor that you're gonna bring me a beer."
It's not a good. It's not.
But no, she takes it to the extreme right away.
Yeah, I know. She'd be like,
I'd use it for lazy things,
She would be making someone go like walk 80 miles or something to go get the beer or something because it's something sick. But
yeah, go grab me one in California.
And then your neighbor would always be like, "Oh God, that's just." He's always saying, "I hear a rumor," and then his wife goes like, "It's such a weird phrase.
It's a weird relationship. I don't know what this is."
I heard a rumor you went and got me a beer. Yeah. But yeah, she uses it for bad things.
Yes, she does.
Which is why she barely ever uses it, but they always mock her for not using it. Also, Diego kind of meets up with Grace when they go to the dinner party and tells Grace everything. Grace knows nothing about Reginald or anything.
No idea.
Like they've barely hung out. Mm-hmm. She's like, Reggie.
Reg?
Yeah, I don't believe it, sister.
Can you please quit calling my dad?
Yeah, she tells Grace that Diego tells Grace that he plans on killing JFK. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Look at the evidence," and he just has a table laid out
full of evidence.
And she's like, "Well, why do you have a map of JFK's route?"
Like, why do you have these pictures?
And
of him?
his whole thing is he's like, "I told you I can't talk about
some aspects of my business.
Well, this looks bad.
This doesn't look good. This does not shine a bright light on you, right?
It's very odd, but yeah, Grace. It takes a while for Grace to catch on, but they have a monkey chow together.
They
can't
do.
You
can't just abandon your monkey child, can you?
Although is Pogo still like on the loose? Have they got Pogo? Is he running in the streets at this point?
Hopefully they don't get him back, because then Vanya
we know what
ultimately
happens. We know what happens.
We don't.
Maybe though. I don't. The timeline's confusing at this point. So
I know. And how much of that did they screw up for the future? I mean, well, we find out they do.
So all that shit happens. Meanwhile, the Swedish people kill Elliot.
They do.
The fucking Swedes, because they're pretty upset about the brother dying.
And
but I don't think Elliot any more than that.
No.
But they write in blood Oga for Oga, which is Swedish for eye for an eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how that ends.
I love that scene. That scene was hilarious with Diego, where he's getting all upset and he's going through the phone book and he's looking for Olga.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's like and he's going through the phone book and he's calling this old lady and he goes, "We're going to hunt you down and kill you."
Not like Batman. He's the world's worst detective.
And then 5 walks in and he goes, "Olga for Olga."
Yeah, that was hilarious. He's
Swedish.
on the phone with Olga threatening her. It's so funny.
I love that scene.
But yeah, and pretty much at the dinner party, Reginald just says the same shit. Like, you're not my kids.
No, well, and then they're all acting like idiotic.
But he does talk to
Reginald.
Yeah, he does talk to Vanya. Or no, he talks to 5. He pulls 5
yeah.
off or says something to him. Yeah.
Well, he can tell 5's the only he's the most intelligent one. There.
Yeah, because 5's an 80-year-old man trapped in a 12-year-old body. It's very creepy. And the commissioner, like, they had like a relationship, or the handler had like a relationship with 5, and she's still like, it's kind of hinted that she still's
Yeah,
hot, even though he's like
likes
he's like a 13-year-old kid. It's
well,
very
you
odd.
know, I mean,
It's and the cuck Sissy's husband sees
I can't believe you referred to him as
he sees Vanya and Sissy fucking in the car. He just watches. He's a cuck.
he wasn't cool with it.
But most guys would break it up.
Hey, break that up, gals.
Yeah, well, get in between them. You gotta stop.
He was just
Hose them off. You gotta
what?
Well, he's watching, bro. He's like, yeah, he's not in any rush to get out of there.
No, he's not. He's not like, I got a better
Yeah, he's
place
like, whoa,
to
this
be.
is wild. He's not more shocked, but he's more just angrily, like, aggressively probably masturbating. You know?
Absolutely.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you get
Not
at first
his
you think this
brightest
guy's
day.
just a loser, but then he's dangerous.
He is
Which
real
is-
dangerous.
It's a red flag for all cucks because I feel like they all move into that territory at some point.
Well, at some point, enough is enough, damn it.
Senior wife get made sweet passionate love to by another man or woman can be can hurt you
God.
mentally. But yeah, he's pretty upset about
Yeah,
this.
he is.
He actually quits
Absolutely.
drinking though, so that's what does cut one thing for
Well,
him.
you know what?
And they'll shake you. They will do that to you. So that's episode 6. Episode 7 is Oga for Oga. You know, eye for an eye. The Swedes still pissed. Brutally killed Elliot. Stabbed him with everything in like the room.
Yeah.
Pencils, scissors.
Stabbed him in the mouth, through the throat, through the back of the skull,
Yeah,
too.
tortured
which-
him. Which I just knew Elliot was not. It was going to end
Not gonna
horribly.
make it,
It was
yeah.
going to end horribly for him. Unfortunately, he was just too nice. But yeah. So they do that. 5 kills the commission board with an axe. It's a pretty cool scene. And
That was a fun scene. Very gory, graphic
there's a
scene.
really funny joke where he right before he goes and kills the board, he smashes up a vending machine. Mm-hmm. And he goes in and he kills all these fucking people, just slaughters them, like 12 people. But the lady that works for the hotel tackles him after seeing him do this, and she goes,
Yep.
"You gotta pay for that vending machine." It's so funny. Probably $60 with the damage he did, but he just committed mass murder. But
murder,
she's,
yeah.
she's got to get that money, or it's gonna be her ass.
Well, understandable.
It's gonna be
She's
her ass.
passionate about her job. Those are the kind of people you want to hire, folks.
Absolutely,
Keep
but
an eye out for
yeah,
those.
she's gonna get that $17 you need for burn glass. But yeah, so that happens. He kills. That's obviously good for the handler, right? 'Cause
It's great for
she
the
gets
handler.
a quick promotion.
Well, you know, she kind of promoted herself.
Yeah, there's no one
No
really.
one else in line. She literally decimated anything that stood in her way.
Yes, absolutely. But and Vanya and Sissy, they plan on some making big fucking 1960s escape with the kid.
Of
the
course.
kid that can't talk.
Yeah.
They're gonna go make a good life. Probably move to California or something.
Well, that's what
They
Harlan
gotta get out of
wants.
Texas. I'm gonna
No,
tell you
he
that.
does. Yeah, well, you want to be...
Sissy and Vanya want to move as far as away from Texas right now because
Maybe he had to like Washington or Oregon or something.
yeah, because Harlan is like he's like the thinking of everyone in Texas, where he can't even understand it.
No.
He can't even fathom how his wife could be interested in another woman. He doesn't even get it. He can't wrap his head around it.
Gosh.
But yeah, so they're gonna make this big. They're gonna leave, but fucking he knows. The guy knows, so he's playing coy about it and whatnot.
is.
But so that shit happens. Ray and Allison, or they're also gonna leave. Allison's gonna take Ray to the fucking future, which is
Which would have been cool.
Good for Ray.
Right,
Good for
yeah.
Ray. If you can leave the 60s, yeah, it's a good time to leave.
Well, and remember, they were talking at the table, too, because she goes, I don't have much time, yada, yada.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was bringing up, or she brought up the fact that there was a black president.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, and he got reelected.
Yeah. Oh, he was on it.
Yeah.
He was in for it. But they get attacked by the Swedish brothers.
Yep.
And Allison actually used her powers to have one of the brothers choke a brother. It's
Which
fucking
was
awesome.
pretty brutal.
It was
but
cool. It was
awesome.
super cool. Yeah. Yeah. The Swedish guy, he is just shook by this.
Well,
it ruined his life. It scarred
The
him.
next shot that we see of him, he's
just
looking
was-
at his hand. He's ready to chop it off.
Yeah, he hated that hand. He thought it
well-
was the hand.
It was the hand that killed his brother.
You know, you'd have to
But it's
chop
not
both
your
of them
fault.
off.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
He didn't
man.
do it with one hand. But yeah, he's very hurt, and he just ends up running out of the house, pretty upset about this. But yeah, so there's only one Swede left. They're dropping like
one.
flies.
They are.
There's not a lot of those fuckers. So he takes off. Again, they're right about to leave or whatever. They all have to meet up with 5. So to go back, but none of them end up meeting up at all. They don't give a fuck.
They're all doing their own thing.
Yeah, Sissy stupidly leaves her husband a note.
Come on, sissy. Vanya told you not to do that. And then we find out.
Is this the first time you've run away with a lesbian before,
I know.
Sissy? Act
Come
like
on.
you've been here
Seriously.
before.
Do the right
Don't
thing.
leave a paper trail.
God damn.
And this is nice because in the 60s, you can just go the next state and
No one will ever find you.
just start going by a different name
Uh-huh.
and just start a new life. No one cares. But
Well,
yeah,
the thing is, she left a note, and her brother-in-law was the sheriff.
yeah,
Come on.
that's unfortunate.
And you're in Texas. So,
So he gets
the
a
cops already have
roadblock.
guns. Yeah, there's road.
It's a
roadblocks
lesbian
and guns
shoot
and-
on site.
Yes,
They
it
are
is.
dangerous. You don't want this outbreak happening. they got to take it out, man. It's so they don't have anything better to do.
No, they literally don't.
And then remember, the president is coming in a day.
In a day.
So no
You
one
think
has any
security would be a
preparation.
little more of a...
No, they're setting a roadblock for fucking Sissy and Vanya, and they do what you did with anyone back then. They send them to the FBI.
Immediately. Well, to be fair, Vanya gets out of the car. They're holding her at gunpoint, and she kind of just does her
Use
power.
her powers
Yeah,
a little
uses
bit,
her powers
to
and
knock
then-
out the cops.
That's
Doesn't really
that.
work. I wish she would have vaporized them.
Right, would have been better.
But no, she just gets hit with the butt of a shotgun and lights out.
Yep.
Turns out that's her kryptonite. Just
The
blunt
butt of the
force,
gun.
blunt
Yeah.
force objects to the head. But yeah, she's out and she wakes up and she's fucking with the FBI because the husband told all the FBI that she was a communist because they heard her speak Russian or something like that.
Well, and Vanya is a pretty Russian name. I mean,
yeah, to be fair, she's probably a
fair,
communist.
Probably a communist. Well, that's kind of how they tied things together in the 50s
absolutely.
and 60s. Oh, you have a Russian name. Huh? Must be a communist.
Yeah, you didn't need much. You didn't need that much. But the academy, what's left of them, they regroup and. But they didn't regroup, so 5
Right.
has to throw away his plan of the traveling briefcase. He can't use it now.
And 5 is furious at this point.
Yeah,
Just
because what's
so
going on?
frustrated.
Where are your, where do your legions lie here? The world's ending, people.
I know.
5's the only one taken serious. That's in episode 7. Episode 8, the 7 stages. This, again, because Vanya speaks a little Russian.
She does.
Boom, communist.
KGB. She's a spy.
KGB, that is what they thought she was, which is just fucking, it's nutty.
It is a little nutty. It's
Because have you seen a KGB officer?
doesn't look anything like Vanya.
They don't look like a little 5'3" Vanya, but Special Agent Willie Gibbs is on the fucking job. He's interrogating her. He's using all kinds of, I think LSD at one point.
Yeah, which I like those scenes. That was
Yeah,
fun.
I did,
And they
but-
did use that kind of stuff.
Well, CIA,
Yes.
FBI didn't really.
Well,
use
maybe not
LSD.
so much FBI,
Yeah.
but the CIA
That was the
definitely
thing.
tested on people.
Yeah,
Manson
but not
being one of
people. Yeah, but they used LSD for like MK Ultra to like mind control people and like truth serum and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the FBI was traveling around with vials of LSD for just random.
I don't know, man. The FBI has done some, they've experimented a little bit. I better be careful what I say here. I don't want them experimenting.
Yeah,
on
well,
me.
FBI is listening, not the CIA. They don't give a fuck about
true.
what we talk about.
No.
But yeah, so they do the typical, I guess, FBI shit that they teach at Quantico. Electric shock torture and LSD immediately. You got a fucking Russian agent. Don't even call up the boss.
Nope. Just drug them up and get the
Drug
truth.
them up, and whatever they say, send them back to Moscow. That's what happens. They start torturing her, and she's going back and like rescinding into her deepest, darkest memory, which is
Literally Reginald Hargreaves and
yeah.
the children at the dinner table, and they're eating brains at one point.
Because she has to remember. It's like a symbol of remembering her memory, but she's like gearing up to like the bomb.
To be the bomb, yeah, of course.
It's the same thing.
Season 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, she
but
just
I like the
needed
because I really thought
she just
was
needed
be the bomb again.
any kind of family member to come and help her. Wasn't the case. This FBI agent fucking Willie Gibbs was gonna destroy the world single-handedly.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. Lila kidnaps Diego, and and she forces him to work at the commission.
Yes, doesn't last long.
Very odd relationship.
And
it forces him to stay together, like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't think Diego's really into that at this point.
Yeah, it's,
but he kind of does though.
Kind of digs it.
Yeah,
kind of like Munchausen syndrome, where you're kind of in love with your captor. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hot.
It is.
Diego's all for it too.
He is.
But at some point, he just the commission's not for Diego. If you know Diego, he's not kind of a suit and tie kind of guy.
No, and I mean he just had one simple task, and that was to sit through a 90-minute instructional video, and he just bails.
Yeah, and they got some weak ass fucking mascot that's like the briefcase.
The briefcase.
Yeah, he's animated.
Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, so he's kidnapped. He's working at the commission for now or whatever. But Diego with little Herb. Herb plays a huge role in that.
He does.
Who would have guessed? Herb helps.
I love Herb.
Herb is great.
Awesome.
Herb is great, but he helps Diego see what happened at the switchboard.
Yep.
November 22nd, 1963, which if you know that fucking day.
Yeah. Not good.
It's the day JFK left
got
us.
assassinated, but what they see instead is the FBI building blowing up, and then what Diego comes to realize is Vanya.
And that's what starts World War III, because FBI thinks that Vanya like snuck a nuke inside her or something. They don't need a lot of evidence.
Well, they don't. JFK goes to war with Russia, and they start firing nukes at each other, and lo and behold, the end of the world.
But with Herb helps, Diego escapes, and him or Klaus and Allison return to Dallas to prevent Vanya from blowing up, and they do they all kind of sacrifice themselves. But Ben ends up being the one who saves Vanya.
Yep.
She fucking enters her.
And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that scene. I thought it was a good arc for Ben as well.
Yeah, it was nice, but Ben kind of dies, what we assume. Yeah. He goes to the afterlife. But we gotta get the backstory of like Ben died and he was like right about to go to the afterlife. But Klaus was like, no, you can do that later. And he ends up just not being able to go to the light because he's like, yeah, I see the light. Should I go? And Klaus is like, no, you're good. He's like, no, let's just go hang out. He's like, you can go and do that anytime. And then he ends up finding out that he missed the train. Yeah. But he ends up kind of getting just destroyed, I guess. You can kill a ghost.
I guess so. It was weird how that worked, but I liked it.
I don't know
ghost
physics, so I don't.
It's a little,
But Ben is gone.
He is.
He's the one that, and what we learned Ben this whole season was kind of like he was able to possess people because he possesses and he almost fucks that chick in Klaus's body.
Yeah, he does.
Would have been weird.
It would have been because Klaus did do it on the sex swing.
Yeah, that's true. She was all for it though.
She
man.
was.
Of course, she did think he was the leader. That'd be like.
Right. A pretty big deal.
It'd be fucking Manson.
Yeah, I mean, if
it was a huge, and everyone was fucking Manson.
If I'm in the family,
if you're in the family, you gotta fuck the dad,
leader, right? I guess I don't know how that works.
So they end up stopping in episode 9 that Ben ends up doing it. He enters traumatized Vanya, and she ends up not blowing up the world or like
because he talks her down.
Talks her off the edge. He does, and that they avoid it for now, but shit's still gonna go off. Yeah. It's not over yet. But and Ben gone, evaporated like a force ghost. I guess.
It's a way to go though. It's a way to go.
I guess he still never got it though. I mean, never got a fuck in someone else's body.
He didn't. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see a little bit more of Ben. I think so. Down the road?
It has. Well, yeah, we know. I mean, how we know it ends. we know for sure. But, and why this happening? Vanya's got some like weird ET connection to like the
Harlan,
who's is Sissy's
Well,
boy.
it's because she resuscitated him at the water.
But then now they have some like I don't know.
Power
I didn't
connection. I don't know.
I didn't follow that a lot.
Yeah.
But he's about to blow up the world also.
He is,
Because
yeah.
she's, I guess though she stopped, but he didn't. He's still like fucking. And the husband is like, yeah, I knew it. We got to take him. My boy is glowing. I knew we should have took him to the doctor. It's so weird. He's like, you did this with your lesbianism. My boy he's glowing now. It's
the devil.
But yeah, and Sissy ends up they end up deflecting a bullet.
Yeah, they do.
And Harlan, or not Harlan, but Sissy's husband, Carl,
takes the bullet for Harlan.
Oh, it blows up his back.
It
dude.
does.
He's done.
No, definitely done. No question there. That man is
Which,
no
we
longer
weren't
with
getting
us.
another arc of that guy. He ended up lasting
Nor
way
did we
long
need him.
and ended up being way darker than I thought, too. I just thought he was a drunk loser.
I know, because he would have killed his son had Harlan not had those powers.
Exactly. Yeah, he shot him,
fuck
or
him.
he kind of tripped, but...
Yeah, he didn't mean to necessarily,
Course,
but I mean,
but-
just careless firearms.
Yeah, well,
being careless with a firearm.
you can't have your finger on the trigger.
You can't.
They
Come
teach
on.
that in
It's
safety.
rule number one. It's
They
not
weren't
that
teaching
hard.
that in the 60s, though.
No, they weren't. No.
You didn't need it. You didn't need anything. You need functioning arms, and they would just give you a gun.
That's true.
You didn't need a functioning brain. They'd give it
No.
to anyone.
And so we say R.I.P. to Carl.
Carl out for the count.
Yeah, he is.
And good to go. I mean, fuck that guy. Carl the cuck. He was a cuck. But so they end up following up on that, and the whole time Vania's coming back and forth from the farm.
Yep.
The farm, I imagine, is like a block
Literally
outside of the city.
from, like, the city,
It's out in the middle of nowhere though.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see any.
But it's out in the middle of nowhere, but in the backdrop, it's just the city's
but
like
you don't
2
see.
minutes
But
away.
you don't see like a skyline or anything.
Never.
Like they're so far out, but they are just. It's a 20-minute drive. It's so easy. But yeah, so they end up following the clues. But AJ Herb, they uncover the kill order 743, which was the order to kill Lila's parents that she never told Lila, the handler. Lila confronts the mom about it, but she pretty much just lies, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Well, what she did, she forged the document.
Yeah, and where she tells her that it was 5.
It was
now,
5, when in reality, she was also there with 5.
Yeah, and the handler never goes on any of the missions. 5 says. So he said that was really weird that she was there
Big red
personally.
flag.
Yeah. So this causes Lila. Lila's gonna like kill Diego. Lila ends up being super fucking powerful. She can like mimic everyone's powers.
Which is pretty cool power to have.
It's a pretty good one.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of Kirby from Smash Bros.
Yeah, that'd be
You
really cool if she
engulf
was
them and then-
engulfing
yeah.
everyone and then doing
And
it.
then having the power, and then like pooping them out or something. I don't know.
I don't know if you
Like
know,
the Yoshi
but yeah.
thing with the eggs.
And then she like transforms into their clothes. Yeah, that'd be cool. But
transforms into their clothes.
yeah, like she's wearing the Mario hat now or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, so the handler, yeah, she's the one who approved the hit though. Or she personally was like the one who did the paperwork.
Yep.
Just so she can adopt this
This
special kid. But yeah, so young 5 learns about old 5's plan, and they meet up in the future, or not? They meet up in 1963, right about when old 5 is about to shoot JFK.
Yep.
He's at the diner or whatever. And I like this element because they add in like there's 7 things that happen. You get like
Flatulence.
uncontrollable.
it's just a bunch of
It's funny though.
things.
It's a nice element to that
It is.
kind of fun
And then
part
the
of that story.
7th one was homicidal rage.
Yeah, which is cool because they're both at one point they both start going crazy.
They do.
And you're like, is this the
And they
homicide
wanna kill
rage?
each other, yeah.
But they're itching and they're farting. It's funny. But yeah, basically they just tell him about a plan, and old 5's not buying new 5's shit. New 5's not buying old 5.
Of course not. They don't trust each other.
No, absolutely not. But Reginald, and this was fucking awesome when I saw it, the reveal that Reginald is in fact an alien.
He is.
I called it. I had no idea. I had no idea he would
He
actually
was an
be.
alien.
Tears off his face and kills the Majestic 12 for killing JFK. He didn't know that would happen, even though everyone said that was going to happen.
And initially, he wasn't going to kill the Majestic 12 until they threatened to reveal his identity to the world.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and goes,
Rips off his face.
Let me do something real quick.
Full on
here."
alien. It was so
Full on
sad. I had
alien,
no
yeah.
idea. I had no. That was just a fucking shot in the dark.
It's a great guess.
I knew he acted so fucking weird and
Yeah.
bizarre that I figured, but that's great acting, man. That's great acting from the guy that plays Hargreaves. because he was giving off alien vibes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So final episode 10, the end of something. The Academy, they learn that they're all wanted for terrorists because everyone thinks they killed Kennedy now.
Classic.
It's classic hit job.
Yep.
Harlan, Elvania senses that Harlan is trouble because they got the E.T. Elliott connection.
And he's like, "Help me!"
They got to go back to Sissy's farm, which is great because it's 5 minutes away. It's a block, so they just run there.
It's just a short little.
So it's a jaunt.
Trip.
So they just hop over there. The handler arrives with
5 million.
every guy, everyone,
agents,
everyone
was
working at
insane.
the commission,
Yeah.
and it's cool because some of them are wearing like that. The mask.
The masks,
that
I gotta say
Hazel
though,
and
not good
Cha-Cha.
shots. You got 5 million out there. Not a single person could
No.
hit someone.
I don't get why you would even be running and shooting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You have a gun. It doesn't make any
just
sense.
set up shop somewhere and just shoot
Well, I
them
mean,
to
that's
oblivion
bullets don't work better. I mean,
when you're running. It's not like you're gonna
I gotta
outrun a
get
bullet.
close. I mean, bullets will go very far. It's not
They
like
do.
they have
I've heard that they travel pretty far.
It's not
I've
like they
seen
have
it
a
myself.
12-foot range where they just dip down. It never. That's something that happens in a lot of movies where bad guys will be running and shooting. I don't get it. It's just not
I
how
don't
guns
know.
work. But yeah, these guys that are heavily trained, they're pretty much getting wiped out. But yeah, so they go and they're all supposed to go, and all the commission's going to kill all the kids, and they're in the farm now, and they're kind of trying to help Harlan because he's at this point he's really glowing.
When eventually,
orb around
yeah,
him.
of course, yeah, and
Orb's never good.
circulating
Yeah.
super fast. Vanya comes out, does her explosion thing, kills every agent,
Wipes out everyone quick.
But then you got Lila who can mimic it.
Lila fucking did some shield
She
shit and saved her, and Lila pretty much wipes out the entire family. And this whole time, the Swede is like on the road, like on his way there, just pissed. Just
yeah,
pissed
and I
off.
gotta say that was really awesome too because they showed him tailing the 7 when they got in,
Doesn't
to go
say
help
much.
Vanya. But I had kind of forgotten.
Well, show him
about
right
him.
about when he's cutting his hand off, and then he gets another of like the call order or whatever. Thank God he didn't take the hand.
I know.
Because how pissed would he been if he did it and then got?
And then he had to go. It would have made things a little more challenging. You know?
He would have had to shoot with his offhand.
Gonna have to tourniquate and just cut
Yeah,
that
it
bad
would've
boy
been
off
bad.
and just keep moving.
But
Keep plucking along.
yeah, so the siblings, they're in the house or whatever, taking fire. Vanya kills everyone. They're trying to stop Harlan again from blowing up, but they all end up dying.
Yep.
They get shot
So
by
I
the
like
handler.
that scene too. The handler comes into the barn.
Lila
because,
also
yeah.
kills him. Lila
because-
fights 5.
And that was a good scene too with Lila and Diego, being like, "Hey, you're one of us. We're your family." And then all of a sudden, boom, the handler comes in and just obliterates everyone. And I knew because they had teased it early on. I knew what they were doing here immediately.
Yeah, there was no big
but I
surprise.
still liked the writing.
Oh,
in it.
absolutely.
Even though I
'Cause
did
it
see
was
coming,
well done. It was really well done.
Yeah, it was well put together. And so the handler just decimates everyone, shoots everyone, kills everyone. And then you get this moment when the Swede comes in. He lights up the handler and then looks down at 5. And then 5 kind of has that realization of hearing that, hey, kid, don't try to do it with years. Just go back in time, just moments, just seconds.
Always. I can't believe he started out by doing like the year thing.
I know.
Like, that's
I
the
would've just
reason
went back a few seconds, yeah.
this whole thing started. Like, what a punk ass kid.
For real.
I mean, I've never done this before, but I'm immediately going to try to jump back decades. But he does. He goes back like 15 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
Before the handler comes in, and then they're ready, and they kill the handler.
They do.
And Vanya gets her powers back from Harlan, I guess, absorbs it again. But because I guess she can give her powers and take them.
I have no idea.
That's gonna be a weird arc.
It's gonna be weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. But she does have her memory back though now.
She does,
ate
finally. I guess the
brain.
amnesia's
She ate the brain.
gone.
Yeah, she did. Well, shock therapy.
well, that'll work.
It actually ended up doing wonders for it. For her mental state.
Not recommended for most.
No,
But
no,
if you
but,
got superpowers, we might just have to give you a little shock therapy.
Well, amnesia. What do they do that for amnesia? I mean, look at this film. I mean, if you're forgetting things, shock therapy.
Shock 'em
Although
up.
I've heard reverse too much shock therapy, you'll forget everything about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
It's not an exact science.
No, it's not.
Electricity, because we still don't know a lot about it. But in
gotta
the
be a bit.
60s, they were fucking.
Well, yeah.
It was hot. It was a hot thing to do. But pretty much it all ends like this. But they all still gonna go back in time because they can't stay in the 60s.
Of course not.
It's too weird, and the whole world thinks that. I still think they killed the JFK.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a good thing. But they end up not being able to take Ray back.
Allison's got to say goodbye to Ray.
Because it sucks for Ray because he's got to live another 40 years of intense racism.
I know.
Which really...
I know.
And he's
it
just...
shows you his
knowing,
character, though, and knowing that he's got to go through all that.
Yeah,
but there's going to
and
be
knowing
a better...
at some point they'll be like... But he'll be like 80.
Yeah, I know.
By the time it
happens, yeah.
Which is unfortunate for Ray.
It is. Very unfortunate.
Because she teased him with it. She shouldn't even have done that.
I know.
She shouldn't have done that. But, and the Swede leaves also. He lives.
Yeah, but he goes with Klaus's...
Colt. Yeah, they made him pick it up.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I got nothing better to do. He's not even going to attempt to go back.
No.
Because he's from normal time.
He is from normal time.
But, yeah, he'll probably become the leader of that cult.
Probably.
The strong, silent type. Mm-hmm. Because
stoic individual.
He didn't even say anything when they were like, hop on the bus. He just, I got nothing else going on.
No.
Yeah, and Ray received. Oh, and Vanya breaks up with Sissy.
Yep.
Because they can't take your kid back. Now I got to drag you around too.
And then you got to go to 2019. It's too much for one kid.
Yeah,
especially
but
Sissy's
gonna have to answer some tough questions.
Well, absolutely.
One, there's thousands of guys dead on her
There
farm.
are.
And her husband has been shot.
Her husband's dead.
Yeah, what's she
and
gonna say?
Her barn is blown.
My son deflected a bullet and killed him. It's gonna look like
they're gonna lock you and your son up into the loony bin.
Oh, well, that kid's going.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking, he's already. I mean, the dad wanted to take him the entire time to some lock him up, but they end up going back to 2019,
Yep. And they're in the academy.
Yeah, but of course shit's bad because they changed everything, and Hargraves is there, and he's like, "This ain't the fucking Umbrella Academy no more.
Nope,
this shit's
is
the Sparrow Academy." Boom, 5 different kids.
And Ben comes in, he's like, "Dad, who the hell are these?"
But Ben's still alive.
Ben's alive.
He's kind of scarred up though.
Yeah, he is. Something happened.
He's got some tough kind of like demeanor at this point.
Yep.
But yeah, it's the Sparrow Academy. So what do you think season 3 is going to be like?
They're fighting the Sparrow Academy.
Umbrella Academy versus Sparrow Academy?
I think
That'd
that's
be
how it's going to
fucking
be.
awesome, I think.
For sure.
That'd be super. But Hargraves got to have some like plan for this. Like, he had to have known they were going to come back at some
Of course he did. Yeah, well, he said that. I've been waiting for this day. So he knew they were coming back.
That's going to be cool.
It's going to be fun.
That's going to be super cool.
I really hope Netflix renews the Umbrella Academy for season 3.
They're gonna. It's
They have
popular.
to.
It's super
I know, but
popular.
what makes me a little nervous is they did it right away for season 2. There's still nothing announced for season 3. So it's like, what? Are they just not... Are they done with it? Are they going to allow us to give us another one?
I don't know.
Like,
Well, I don't know. Like, how far are the comic books? Like, because I know there was the second book is like something about Dallas, and that's what this one's about.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if there's enough material, then maybe it's just getting the script ready, But this just came out July 31st, so it's not like it's been out a month.
Yeah.
So I think there will be.
Hopefully they renew it. Hopefully people went on Netflix and watched season 2 so we can get a season 3.
I think so. I think a lot of people did. I think I'd be fine with them just doing 3 seasons and calling it, but I'd be happy if it went deeper too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much they can keep doing with this. I mean, I get there's probably a lot of comic books, but the time travel thing, it gets sticky at some point.
It does. Absolutely. I have to agree with you.
Now what's going to happen? They're going to have to take them back to another point in time?
Oh, yeah.
They got to kill these kids and take their places. It's going to get
Gotta
dark.
do what you got to do.
It's going to get dark. But yeah, I love the first thing is it shows Ben. He's got some emo bangs.
Yeah, he does.
That's when you know it's like the dark version. He's like the
Ben,
anti-Ben.
he's not the
the
good
negative
guy.
Ben. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, that is our recap for the Umbrella Academy Season 2. If you guys like what you're seeing here and you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. If you want to listen to us on podcast format, you can find our podcast, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher, social media pages, Twitter, Seen It Podcast. Cash is on Twitter, that's just Cash. Instagram, Have You Seen It? My name is Mason Knight. I forgot my name, and that is Cash Kraus. And until next time.
Bye.